Hi everybody, Jason here. Welcome back to another installment of Being a Being. Today we are going to talk about the gifts you have, the gifts you might not have discovered, and hopefully some motivation or inspiration to try to find those gifts and use them. So let's just get right into it. I've said it before, I'm going to keep saying it. I believe that every single thing that happens has a reason for it. From every breath we take, to every thought we have, even the seemingly uncontrollable chaos in the universe. There's just too many coincidences out there. There's too many patterns and too much symmetry in the way things exist in life. I personally believe it's part of a much more complex plan that we are meant to observe and appreciate and work on understanding. I just don't think we're ready to have the gift to understand it yet. I don't think it's time. When it will be, then we'll know. But that's kind of verging into faith, and I don't want to talk about faith in my channel a lot because, each person has their own personal beliefs, and that's how it should be. I don't think I have the right to force my beliefs on other people, and I don't think that they should try to force theirs onto me. So let's just focus on what I'm trying to get to, and that's the assumption we're going to make, that things happen and they happen for a reason. We're going to consider that fact for the purpose of this discussion. So what I want for all of you watching to do is to find your gifts. Maybe you're lucky and you've already found some, or even somebody's already pointed them out to you. That's fantastic, maybe you're even already working on finding them as you're watching this. Hopefully this will be some motivation to keep finding them. And once you find them, it's important to use them. What good is a gift if it's found and it's not used, The thing is, most of our gifts sit unopened. They're kind of like a present under a Christmas tree that the parent trips over in the middle of a dark house on Christmas Eve. You're going to have to gather your internal tools and hunt for your gifts. But, once you find them, you're going to know. You might ask me, how will I know? It's easy. There's a short answer, and that's that you just know and you just do find them. On a more complex level, tying into the laws of attraction, there's just a feeling that resonates within you that wasn't there before. You're going to feel more alive once you discover the gifts you didn't know you had. Let's look at some examples. Do you think it's a act of randomness that some people can sing like angels and others, even though they have years and years of training, they can't carry a tune? Is it a coincidence that somebody can take a chainsaw and build a beautiful ice sculpture, but other people can wield the same tool and go at it and they're just going to slice right through the ice? Some people, they pick up a football or a baseball and they just know how to throw it. There's no teaching. This is just a gift they have. They just know it was meant to be. In that regard, those are talents as well as gifts. Those can be taught to a certain point, but not to the level when it becomes a gift. Some people are more naturally empathetic than others. You can teach that, but there's a point with empathy where you possess that ability or you don't. It's a gift. You can only teach it to a point. Look at people who can tame wild animals with their hands and voice. There's other people who could say the same things, act the same way, but they just don't have that gift and that aura about them that resonates, and the animals can sense that. They get mauled. It really doesn't matter what the gift is that you have. What matters is that we all have them and we pursue them. Can you imagine, for example, like if the person who had the gift of inventiveness that was going to create the defibrillator just decided to give up on that hunt? How many people would die of heart attacks that have been saved otherwise? Same thing for doctors, How many people that that have that gift, had they given up, how many people would be dead now because there wouldn't be as many doctors in the world to save people? What about the artists who move us to our core with their voice and their words? I personally been through some really hard things, and I found a lot of positivity and motivation to keep going thanks to some of my favorite songs and artists. And what if those people never existed? I would have had that much harder of a time going through it. Sure, you could argue that other artists would have found my interest, but we can't prove it either way. So I can sit here, I can rattle off 1,000 inventions, talents that make life better. I don't think I really need to, though. So my next bit of advice for you is to fail. I want you to fail often. If you do this, if you're failing, it means you're actively pursuing your purpose. It means you're trying to find your way. It means you haven't given up on discovering your potential. It doesn't matter if you fail 1,000,000 times, so long as you keep trying. Maybe even by going through that, you'll find out that the gift you possess is determination. Maybe you just don't know how to give up, and that's a gift in itself. But you're not going to know if you don't try and if you don't fail. If you're always successful at doing things, then you're not going to know what you can't do in life because you haven't tried to do other things that you don't know if you're successful in or not. You need to fail to know what success is. You can't be happy unless you've been sad. You can't be sad unless you've been happy. There's a yin and a yang and a balance to everything in life. You have to try things to know that you can't do them and that you can do them. If you never try to build a house or a chair or a table, then how are you going to know if you have the gift of carpentry, for example? If you never look at the stars, at night or through a telescope or whatever, how are you going to know that you don't have the gifts and talents of being an astronomer? You might find that calling, but if you never look, you're never going to know. If you don't give all the love you have to give to somebody, how are you going to know what it feels like to have tried? How will you ever be a good partner, a good spouse, a good mother, father, daughter, brother, sister, etc., if you don't give your love to people and you don't know what it's like to not receive it back, or what it's like to receive it? You're not going to know if you haven't tried. So just leave you with a quote to think about that kind of summarizes this. It's by Lady Blessington. The quote goes, "Genius is the gold in the mine. Talent is the miner who works and brings it out." And that's what I'm talking about here. You all have gifts. I have gifts. You have gifts. We all have gifts. It's like gold in a gold mine. Just find your pickaxe, hack at it, harvest it, and find the wealth it brings you in life. That's all I have on this for now. Thank you so much for watching. If you like it, click the like button, click subscribe, share with your friends. Let me know what you think in the comments. And until next time, keep being awesome beings. Thank you.